Hello, I am Sir Havoc and welcome to this light tank tutorial on World of Tanks. So, what are we going to be doing this week? Well, we're going to be looking at light tanks in a bit more depth than we have done so far. So what happens when you're in a light tank and there's a complete matchmaking failure? Light tanks normally depend on other tanks to do damage for them and then come into their own mid to late game mopping up afterwards. So what happens if the team you've spawned with is a mismatch? Either the players aren't that good or the tanks are placed unfairly. Well, in the game we're going to look at today, that's happened. The enemy team had one more tier 7 than us and they had a better spread of tier 7s and their players were better. So during the situations like this, it's no good just passive scouting or active scouting, because some of the higher tier players that you're relying on can't keep up with you. You know, they can't put that damage down. So it relies on you, the light tank, to take charge of the situation. And in this game, we're going to look at how you can go about doing that. So here we are on Redshire. I am playing the MT-25 and I am with Boomtastic in the IS and Oint in the Comet. And if you don't know, Oint is another YouTuber, so please look him up. His link will be in the description. Okay, so this is a tutorial about how to play light tanks. I'll tell you now that this is a loss, but it's a bloody good loss. You can see that the enemy have 4 top tier heavies and we have 1. Okay, you can also see that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 top tier tank destroyers. We have 1. They've got more tier 7 tanks than we have. It's a complete matchmaking failure. So do we give up or do we try to push forward and do the best we can? Well, we try to push forward, and in this game I'm going to show you what you can do in a light tank to change the course of a battle. Let me tell you now, people that say you can't carry games in light tanks, it's codswallop. Yeah, we don't carry this one fully, but I sort of did carry it a bit. If I'd have won it, it would have definitely been a carry, but I didn't far off. No, it weren't far off, so make yourself, make your own mind up. So anyway, I've got my binos there, getting some spots in. It could have been me or could have been the Lush on the right hand side. I've knocked some trees down and I've got myself a nice little spot here. And I'm hidden for the moment. I'm just letting the game develop. Patience is the key with light tanks. If you have got no patience, get some. You need it. But patience is the key. Patience and identification of opportunities. Now, I can see that we've got quite a lot on the hill there. Oint could take my place. And I can see that their heavies are moving around. And what I want to do is I want to distract them. I want to take their mind off our heavies. But I certainly want to stop this little light tank from going forwards and distracting my team's heavy. So there he goes. I put some shots into him, getting him to a point where my teammate can finish him off with one shot. I've been spotted. There is enemy artillery, including the bishop, which are lethal, so I'll hide under a bridge like a troll. You know, with the troll and the billy goat's gruff. So look, with a brief stint of hiding over a bush, decide to move out. I'm having a little sneak up this hill to see if I can get a shot on that Type 58, but he gets killed before I can get into a position, so forget about that. But I'm quite happy down by this little bridge, like a little troll. But what I want to do is harass. So this is what I'm doing. I'm moving forward cautiously, spotting as I go, keeping an eye on what's going on around me. Like I'm looking at that stuff there. I'm taking note. Okay. Now I'm looking to the other side. T-29 is a big problem, one of their best tanks. Now I want to distract this guy. I want to stop this flanking manoeuvre he's doing on our team. Trapped him there, got some bit of damage on him, a bit more, and this gun only does like 70 or 80 or 90 shots of damage per shot, so I'm not going to trade shots with these heavies, okay? I'm just going to distract him, put a few shots into him, but see what happens. Now I pull back, now he's coming for me. Why is he coming for me? Because everybody wants to kill a light tank, and that's your greatest power in a light tank, the ability to pull heavies out of the battle. Okay, so he's bought the bait. I'm moving back. I'm now shooting him through a bush so he can't really see me. Okay, now my team behind me on the hill are shooting him now. Oink should just put a shot into him. Now I'll keep hitting him, but for him it's too late. He took the bait. Moved into a situation where he's almost dead, enabling our guys to be ultra aggressive with that tiger and finish him off. So not only has he lost his health points, he cost them the tiger as well. So that T-29 that for the briefest of moments decided he was going to go and kill a light tank, whenever guess what, the light tank was a good player and he made you for a fool. And that's what you have to do in a light tank. I was going to flank the IS, but then Oink tells me there's a Hellcat coming in on him. I want to conserve Oink's hit points because I intend to have him early in the battle with me. I'll get a shot or two into him, but Oink managed to finish him off before I can get there. Unfortunately, he did take his shot. The heavies have now won that flank thanks to my distraction, which is great because before that they was in a position where they looked like they was going to lose it. Only one tier 7 against 3, so they've done well. Now it's time to take a breath and stop and look. A lot of people in light tanks at this point would push onwards. There is still 5 tier 7 tank destroyers and 1 tier 7 heavy. I'm in no rush to push forwards. If we're to win this and do well against a seriously mismatched side, we need to be patient and we need to wait for these opportunities. I'm waiting for the backup of them 4 beside me. I'm spotting this tiger. I go for a shot. Notice I pull straight back. Don't wait for your sixth sense to go off. You're going to be spotted because the moment you shoot from a bush like that, the camouflage value that the bush gives you is lost. So you will be spotted. So don't even wait, just pull back. I decide that 87 looks like a tasty target, so I'm starting to posture myself so I'm in a position to take him on. But at the same time, this other guy lights up. So I need to be aware of him too. I'm using the speed and manoeuvrability of this tank now to get really close. Now watch how I go up against this guy in a sec. Just park behind him. He turns, keep parking behind him. Really slows him down. So be careful of T-25. You know they're the bane of light tanks if they can get on them, but I've got Oink behind me and I've got a load of people on the hill shooting up at him too, so don't have to worry too much. So we're 1,000 damage in this game and it feels like this game's like almost finished, but it isn't. Okay, so I'm using this gun again to peck away, to chip away at the enemy's hit points, and that's what you need to do in a light tank. You're not there to do a massive amount of damage at the beginning, but if you can chip away, cause some distraction and spot the targets, you're doing a good job. Now this VK's got the ability to one-shot me with a high roll. The T-25 AT, for some reason, thinks I've gone now, so he turns his side to me again, and I'm more than happy to punish him for that. I'm not going to wait around for him to shoot me. I'm going to pull back. A lot of people would have stayed there to fire one more shot. That's the shot that gets you killed. Now listen to that. That's the shot that gets you killed. That one shot. How many of you watched would have just stayed there for that one more shot? Could have killed him after all. He could have killed you. I'm on 1,500 damage. If I stayed there for one more shot, I could have ended on 1,500 damage, been tracked, and then finished off. I actually finished on just one shot under 3,000 damage. In a tier 6 light that does 90 points of damage a shot. So let's see how that can be done. Right now, our team's pretty damaged. I've got Oink with me. Boom's a one shot for them. So it's always going to be hard. I'm quite frankly amazed at how well our team's done, considering how many more tier 7s they had and the makeout, but that's cool. We've got the VK here. Now I need to shoot him 6 or 7 times. He needs to shoot me once or twice. Possibly once. I can see the VK moving in behind me on the minimap. So be aware of your surroundings. I've got support behind and I've got support to my right. Let's see if I can harass and chip a bit more. So I'm not going to go toe to toe with the VK. He could dirt me and ram me and kill me in one go. Instead I'm going to pull him into the VK and hope the VK can put some shots into him. It doesn't matter that the VK didn't. Just get into the habit of doing that, because instead the VK went round and then Oink hit him for a shot. A nice cheeky little position here now. Saw the VK's just fired. I know he's got a longer reload than me, so I could shoot in relative safety. Not waiting for the second shot there. I know he disappeared. Put the blind shot in, but again, want to conserve my hit points if I can. Now he's gone. Leaves 2 artillery piece, 1 Tiger and 1 T-25 AT. I know the Tiger's on quite a good amount of health. I've got Oink behind me. Oink's a 1 shot. I've got a couple of shots left in me. Now it's time to use the legs of this light tank. I want to get out of there. I'm hoping the Tiger hasn't pushed forward too far. And I want to really get around the back of them if I can. I was kind of hoping that they would maybe be kind of mid-ground, but the Tiger would actually move forward into a good position, and just couldn't get the penetrating shot there. He's still got 1,000 hit points left on him, but I don't want to take that Tiger on toe-to-toe. I need to use my view range to take him out. I've got no premium shells, and so I really need to get his sides and his rear. Oink's now been taken out, and it's just me versus them 3. Now I don't know where the T-25 AT is, but I know the Tiger started coming towards me. There he is. Now I put a shot in, and now it's time for me to skedaddle. The cap is going, so I'm thinking, well, the T-25 AT has moved up with the Tiger, and now he's on the cap. So I'm in a bit of trouble here. I need to make haste, but I've got to be a bit careful of this Tiger. I've just taken a shot. Now I've got 1, maybe 2 shots left in me now from that Tiger. I've got 2 artillery pieces, 1 T-25 AT. I'm on just under 2,000 damage. I'm trying to get Oink to call them wimps so they will come off the cap for me. That's what that's all about. And there we go, the Bishop lights up. Well, I ain't going to take this prize of hit points for granted. My mum taught me to never look at a gift horse in the mouth. So there we go. They'll try and ram me or do something like that. Got my first glimpse of the T-25 AT. It's on 630 hit points. So between him and the Tiger, they're on 1,600 odd hit points. There's only 25 seconds left, so I need to get over there basically. And this is where the Dance of Death comes in. El Tango de Havoc. If you haven't seen that video, maybe watch it out. It's called El Tango de Havoc, the Dance of Death. And it's how I teach you to do this. Getting up close, right, taking the minimum amount of shots. Getting the shots in. Made a little bit of error there. Just managed to use the terrain of this tank and the speed of this tank to recover from it. He's mine now. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. Doing the same thing you saw earlier there, parking behind. Tiger's bouncing. Now what I will say is this does bounce shots, this tank. I mean, you can see I've been trapped by the Tiger. I've got no more repair kit, and that's the end of me there. But hopefully that gives you some sort of idea about what you need to do when you're a light tank and you want that light tank to be effective, because that was hugely effective. It was 1 shot off of 3,000 damage. And let's look at the post-game stats. So this is how it's done in a light tank. As you can see, we've got just under 35,000 WN8 there. Defender medal, high caliber. Really good game in a light tank. Unfortunately, didn't squeeze out the win in the end. Done a load of damage, load of critical hits. 1 shot under 3,000 damage there. 4 kills with a base XP of just under 1,400. So that's a monstrous amount for the MT-25, and it's certainly the way to do it in that tank. I do hope that this tutorial will give you some heads up about how to go about doing that. So I hope that really helps you guys. Well, that's it for this episode. Before you go, quick announcement. In case you didn't see in my other videos, we are now doing Clan Wars. World of Tanks University 2 is our Clan Wars side. We are looking for Clan Wars players, we are looking for commanders, and we are looking for trainers. If you're a tactical genius and you want a challenge, if you're a field commander and you want to have a fresh start, or if you're a soldier and you want to be part of something that's going to grow and get better and better, just like my videos and my community, please follow the description below to what you need to. And as always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. It really does help the channel. And before you go, in a second there will be some links straight to some more of my videos, so don't go away. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now.